I see trees of green.
Hi guys, what up? Welcome to your favorite review show, and I am Watifed. This is Cineverse, and as always, we've got an amazing movie for you today. Now, last week I told you, okay, fine, we're gonna give you a movie to talk about, and yes, I've got it, and it is Dr. Dolittle. I'm waiting for the applause.
I see.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, for everybody who's okay, let's say people that are grown, yes, y'all know the movie Dolittle. If not the previous ones, but at least you'll have watched the ones from Eddie Murphy as well as Kyla Pratt, serving as Dr. Dolittle and his daughter Maya Dolittle. So we are focusing on this new one, played by Robert Downey Jr. And believe me, I'll be honest, good show, good movie. But anyways, before we go all to the details and everything that has to do with it, let me give you a rundown of the movie. Now, it's about a doctor, a vet who can speak to animals. Yes, 7 years after his wife died and disappeared, he shut himself out from the world, and he hid himself in his home with his animals, which he had a very amazing kind of camaraderie with, until he's called forth by the Queen of England, Queen Victoria, because she was sick and he had to help heal her. And now he's the only one that talks to animals. He was really good, so they had to just seek his help to do that. Now it took a lot of convincing to get him out of there, but finally he had to embark on a voyage with his group of family friends called the animals to find the cure to the queen's sickness. So let's go on with the review proper. Alright guys, let's go to the review proper. Now, first things first, you need to know about the movie, directed by Stephen Gagan. Now, this movie has an amazing cast, an amazing lineup from different parts of the globe. I mean, not just English people, but also Americans. We've got an Egyptian. Yeah, we've got a whole lot of people in the movie. And believe me, they made their parts. As in, they made their parts new. Now, first thing first, Robert Downey Jr. was announced to be the main character back in 2017, and all the other cast followed suit after that. Now let's just go back a little to some of the things I noticed about the movie.
Everyone pack your bags! You can talk to animals.
I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. Then learn much more. And
It's okay to be scared.
know. And I think to myself,
Hello, Barry. Hello, lunch.
what a wonderful world.
Somehow, we just belong together.
Yes, I think to myself.
Now, like I said before, Eddie Murphy did one of the first few adaptations of Dr. Dolittle, and also came down to Kyla Pratt, and now we have this. And I'll be honest, well, there's a difference between it, because I mean, we can tell that this one, they brought it back to the original roots. That's the original roots of the book itself, written by Hugh Lofton. So yes, we can see the Victorian era all going through it in the movie and all of that. So yes, it's a good thing. What I want to understand is, I'm talking about the cast now generally. We know that there are a lot of different people from different countries and all of that. But there's some, let me just say there, I'd expected that since it was showcasing the Victorian era, like the Victorian England era, the majority of the cast will probably end up speaking like the English. I mean, yes, it happens that sometimes in movies you have a lot of different accents and all of that, but I was expecting that most of them would speak more in Victorian English, or yes, in English. You don't understand what I'm talking about. In English, but that did not happen because we had so many bros going in. Like, I'm not your bro. I'm like, okay, that is not like your prim and proper English. But anyways, another thing I want to talk about is the dialogue. Okay, for me, yes, it had I'd say it had the right amount of humor, sarcasm, wit, but at the same time, at some point, it felt flat because I felt some of the jokes were a bit underhand. I felt they were for younger kids. I'm not saying younger kids, but I just felt they were a bit underhand. Like, I expected a bit more wit, yes, from a movie like that. And I'm not trying to downplay I'm not trying to downplay the work of the actor or any of the cast. No, I'm just saying that these are the things that I was like, oh, they didn't really go up to par and all of that. So yes, I was expecting a little bit more wit, which I did not get. But yeah, it's fine all in all. I mean, come on, like I said, it's not a bad movie. But another thing I'm going to give them props for, like high props for, high praise, live action. It really embodied live action. I mean, come on, the animals were talking and I felt they were actually communing, actually communicating, actually saying something. It wasn't as if they were just dubbing it over. So yes, on that one, the visual effects and merging of the CGI, everything was dope. So yes, that was really good. And another thing, yes, a character that really endeared me, let's go back to the cast, was Rasuli, the king of the pirates. Now Rasuli is played by someone I didn't even expect it. I was not paying attention to it that much, but along the line I realized it was played by Antonio Banderas. I was like, I did not know that. Like, even with the old smudge on his face and all that, I did not know it was Antonio Banderas. And like I said, he always delivers, whether he's going as a cat who likes to steal money from people or as a mask wearing superhero riding a horse and all of that. So yes, he did amazingly well. Now, let's just mention a couple of the cast and the characters they played. Now, the polar bear was played by John Cena. So, okay, let's say, okay, well, John Cena has actually been making waves in the movies, like coming from The Marine to a couple of other movies. So, yes, he's doing really good. He has been doing really good for himself. Another person is Emma Thompson. Now, the 60-year-old woman. Believe me, let me say something. Emma Thompson plays Polly, that's the macaw or parrot, whichever one you want to call. And she gives really good pep talks. Please, if you are failing in class, or maybe you are doing something and it's not working well for you, you are making plans back only work, she has the right kind of pep to just push you. Okay, anyways, let's go back to the movie. She had the right kind of pep talk to give, and yeah, she also played the role of a right hand really well for every member of the crew. That's the animals, Robert Downey, and his self-imposed assistant. So yes, she played a really good role in that. And another one I love is the gorilla, Chi-Chi. Now, Chi-Chi is played by Rami Malek. Chi-Chi is a gorilla who is very kind and noble, but is a prisoner to his fear until the moment he started to do bad blows for a certain tiger, all in all. But still, it's a very lovable character. So I kind of liked how each of these characters developed. They had their individual flaws. That's also talking about the animals. They had their individual flaws that were pronounced, but along the line there was some sort of strengthening with their resolves, and they've kind of found their strength together as a whole unit. So yes, I kind of like that it brought about a sort of camaraderie between them, both the animals and well, that's not weird, animals and human beings, aren't we all animals? Anyways, brought some sort of friendship between the two of them. Now let's talk about Mudfly. The Mudfly, played by Michael Sheen. Now, for those who might not know him in person, I think the first thing that comes to my mind whenever I think of him is vampire, because I think I remember seeing him in Twilight. So I'm just saying, but he played the character so well, of a jealous, overzealous, overachieving rival. So yes, he played that really well. And well, the end, we could see what happened to him at the end. I'm trying not to give spoilers, but hey, I'm going to give this one anyway. He got eaten, maybe sucked dry by vampire bats. I'm just saying. But anyways, he played his character really good, and it was fun watching him squirm in front of Doolittle, trying to meet up with him and all that. Alright, now continuously talking about the characters, I want to mention something about a dialogue. I know I'm a bit scattered right now, but because I'm remembering everything, I'm like, what the heck just happened? Now, you know, there's a saying, most of the movies we watch these days, there's always a saying that's like, snitches get stitches. It's present day. Now, what I'm wondering is how, let's say a line like that made its way into a Victorian era movie. It's present day. It's like you're practically speaking thuggery. I'm just saying. But finding it in the movie, I'm like, okay, the timeline is quite different. Like saying, okay, I'm not your bro, going into, I'm not your brother. Yes, I was expecting I'm not your brother, not I'm not your bro. But anyhow, I'm just saying that these things stood out. Some words, they stood out in a good way, and some, well, not so much. So, generally though, storyline of the old movie was a bit predictable. Yes, it was a bit predictable at some point, because fine, we knew, since after knowing that his wife died and all of that, we didn't get to know the backstory until the middle of the movie, which is good. But at the same time, at some point I felt it was going, not, I won't say flat, but it was getting a bit boring for me. Then later on, but they were able to like kind of resuscitate my excitement along the line. So yes, that worked for them. Like I said, the cast, amazingly good. I mean, come on. Do you know how hard it is to voice over a character, especially CGI? I mean, come on, I don't know, maybe it's a human being that was actually dressed as a monkey. or something, I do not know. All in all, I feel this movie is more suited for the younger generation because the jokes were, I feel they were more children oriented. Like I said before, I expected more wit, maybe a bit more dry humor, because I mean, come on, let's just think I think Eddie Murphy anytime I think of Doolittle. So, but all I'm saying right now is, looking at it now, this movie 2 years ago was shot, then it was reshot, the scripts were redone, the director was changed and all of that. I wasn't expecting this kind of like up and down flow. I just expected something that would come out to me and be like, whoa, I watched it. At some point I just felt I was going up and down. At some point it was interesting, I was like this high, and at some point I was just like pow. So like I said, if they had done so much changing of scripts and all of that, at some point I was like, you know what, yeah, it's a movie, we watched it, yay, there's another Doolittle. But the good news is that there can always be another adaptation of Doolittle, and hopefully they'll do a way better job. All in all, this movie, let me just say, okay, if I'm going to rate it, I'd rate it a 6.5 or a 6.5. You're like, what? Yes, okay, I like to dodge people marks and all of that. But honestly, this movie wasn't bad. Yes, when I went in to watch, I was thinking, it is going to be the shit. But then I came and I was like, it wasn't shit. It's not bad. It's not bad. But at the same time, it did not surpass my expectation, and it did not even, I don't think it met it. Yes, I had fun laughing to a couple of jokes and here and there and all of that, but it wasn't as much as I expected. So yes, I'm leaving it at a 6.5. And yes, if I'm going to be very critical, which I am not, I'm not critical, I'm not a professional, I just like to watch movies. Anyways, if I'm going to be a bit critical, I watched and I read a couple of things about the scripts, about the scripting, about the dialogues. And I was kind of trying to put it together to make it look at it if the people who said that were being biased or they were not just being critical enough. And I realized that they were not wrong, because in the movie we had this cliche thing of the men going out to save the day and the women staying home till they come back. So it kind of showed it was a bit, according to them, which I kind of ascribed to in a little way, was a bit sexist. So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to prove any do any movements. I'm just saying it was just a bit sexist. But outside that, good movie, family friendly. Take your family out, take your kids out. You might have to just endure, not like endure, you might just have to watch through it. But I'm sure the kids will love it. They would love it so much. Now coming back, yeah, let's not forget this movie got $175 million, and over the opening weekend till now, it hasn't made up to $10 million. So, if this is like a representation of the movie itself, that's according to the financial this thing that has been gotten from it, then I think there needs to be something that needs to be checked, because come on, you can't spend that much on a movie. And opening weekend, I'm not saying the statistics lining up, I'm just saying. So all in all, like I said, good movie, but I won't rate it in the highest of the highest. So I feel they could have done better with it. But all in all, like I said, good movie. If you want to have a laugh, take the kids out and all of that, it'd be nice. And another thing that I think is affecting probably the profit they're making right now is because they brought out this movie at a point in time where the younger generation, that's the kids, the teens, are in school. I mean, I feel if it was during the holidays, there'll be more traffic to watch it. There'll be more people willing to watch it. Mostly kids, because they're always going to nag people to go watch. But right now, kids are in school. Nobody got time for movies. So all in all, I feel, like I said, there could have been a lot of things that could have been changed to make the movie better. Like I said, good movie, visual effects, mado. How do they say it? I don't care. Anyways, good, really good, but some things just didn't mesh up. The height of the movie for me was the soundtrack, which was scored by the one and only Sia. So yes, that made it really interesting. So like I said before, everybody in the movie, the cast, I would have loved to see a bit more of the giraffe and the fox and the squirrel as well. But like I said, minorized characters. So all in all, go see the movie. Let us know what you think. And you might be wowzered or not. Let us know what you think also. So you can do that in the comment section, and we'll be glad to hear your views. So till we come your way next time, follow us on every of our social media pages on Instagram at CameraBoy.tv, Facebook at CameraBoy Official, Twitter at CameraBoyTVNG, and also like and subscribe to our videos on YouTube at CameraBoy TV. And if you want, you can follow me as well on my Instagram page at Watifi_ONI. Same thing on Facebook, same thing on Twitter. So till I come your way next time, happy movie experience.